Hello all, Project Wargaming back with an update on the Berlin board. As you can see, I've been working on the city parts, the kind of build-up areas, or the areas for destroyed rubbles and ruins. So what I've done is I've simply printed off a bunch of these little models, and then kind of started to put them together on top of the bases that I've been cutting out that have the magnet sheets on the bottom. And then, of course, you can kind of see but each magnet sheet has a number on it that corresponds to the number on the board. So easy enough. So just thought I'd walk you through kind of the process to do that. So I have the ones that I printed off, and then I've also bought some models from Gamecraft Miniatures, I think, out of Tennessee now. So using some of them just to have some still build up in good shape buildings, just to bring some variety. So I place them down on the sheet, and then I might kind of clip them and break them up into shape. You can see they're a little wobbly here and here. Just glue them down. That's all I do. And then the next step is to come in with some Sculpt-A-Mold, which is a product we have over here in America that is basically plaster with, I think, some paper pulp mixed into it. And so anyways, you scatter this about on it. Obviously, you can see that this one is not complete. I just had some left over from when I did these two models. And you scatter that out and just smooth it out to some extent. And then the next thing I do, you can kind of see back here, there's some different color rocks in there. So I have this bigger mix of kind of rubbled stuff. It's kind of just a big mix of things that I've kind of gotten over the years. You can see there's longer strips in there. There's different shapes. There's different textures. So it just, you put the Sculpt-A-Mold down, you get that fairly well smooth, and then I come in and just kind of sprinkle some of that rock over top to give me the overall depth of shape and kind of the texture inside the rubbled areas. And then what I do after that is I come in with a shaker that I have that is full of the tile grouts. And then if I can get this in camera, I have gone in and just put the mesh screen inside there so that I can sprinkle it on there. Now I do that when the Sculpt-A-Mold is completely dry. And then what that allows me to do is kind of tap it, and then it settles into the cracks and crevices a little bit more. And I take a brush and I brush off the top edges of this, but I leave certainly some of this on some of the floors just to kind of give it some texture there, because it would be completely flat. Also on these cleaner buildings, I went ahead and put some Sculpt-A-Mold on the back of them just to kind of dirty them up and make them look like even though they're still standing, they're all tore up. So here's another little aspect. This building printed with staircase in it. I thought that was a really cool feature, and so kind of wanted to leave that and highlight it. You can see this is kind of a corner piece that just gets set in the corner, and so you can see, especially on this one, how some of that sprinkled stuff stays on top. And then I will give this just a good old spray paint of gray, and then kind of wash it and maybe put some colors in, and maybe paint some of the buildings, red brick, or leave them gray, or I don't know, just kind of mix it up a little bit, and then do some of that texturing and color variation inside the rubbled areas as well. So you can see how it's going to kind of look when it gets on a table. The road will go down the center here, and the rubble kind of piles in on top of the road. It's got a little bit of height to it as well. and it gives you an idea. So yeah, this is going really easy. It's not hard to do at all. So one thing that I have been struggling with is just the water. I just have not been happy with the water on this board at all. So I'm really just doing some experiments on how to make it look better. I've done some stuff. I'm not quite there yet. So when I get that all figured out, I will have another video on the water. So seems like there's always something on the board that doesn't quite go right. So that's what it is this time. So anyways, this is how I'm doing Rubble. I got a ton of these to make. I think they look great, and I will keep you updated kind of as I go. But that's it. We'll talk to you later.